Is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. At their own 26-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. At the 24-yard line.
Great, set.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. This defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Hurts sets up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down, give him 25 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Down to about the 45. The Eagles had 1-7 now in the year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. You look at this Cowboy defense. Well, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
They go play action with Hurts. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. It's caught left side by Cooks. And some room to run now. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run here with Dowdle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
On 1st down, Hurts. It's complete to Watt. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. Here's 3rd and 3.
73.
On the end around, here comes Smith. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
A 52-yard attempt.
And I don't think this has the carry it it's not, it's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Running to the right, this is Vaughn. James Bradbury there to make the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 5. Staying on the ground with Vaughn. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So after a scoreless first quarter, our first score of the game here in quarter number 2.
And it comes on a great run too, Brandon, because once he got past that first wave, how about how he kicked it into high gear, able to outrace defenders all the way to the end zone.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Landry brushes him off. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on,. and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Now there's Cooks in motion right. A running play, it's Dowdle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run again with Dowdle. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Rico Dowdle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Pollard will take it up the gut, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a play there by Fletcher Cox to get in and knock him down behind the line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. 2nd and 12. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And room there to work it inside the 25. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception. He's got a man complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
From the gun, here's Swift. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 23. A nightmare of a first half for them. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Play action now. Prescott. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
3rd and 4.
Third and 4. Throwing. Prescott. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Cooks will come in motion right. Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Well, now after all of this, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Lamb in motion left. Off the play fake, Prescott. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Prescott from the gun. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Switch it, hey! Here we go, 46!
On play action, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And his kick is indeed good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Eagles nothing.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Aubrey now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Next to score, Cowboys 31, Eagles nothing.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That Hurts fumbles it, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now it's Smith. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They're going to try and throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Deuce Vaughn with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And now here is another interception. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Go to 54, go to 54, wide. Go, get out there, get out there.
On the run, it's Dowdle. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Hey, kill.
Prescott now. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick-6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago and threw the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's Pollard again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
3rd down and 6.
Go to 54. Why?
Here's Prescott. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas 1st down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Kill.
Prescott to throw it. Swinging this out for Pollard. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And that's caught out wide by Cooks. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Running behind center with Vaughn. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide in.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb. Touchdown! CeeDee Lamb. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Hurts throw complete there to Smith. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. Here we go, 47. 26.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. 4th quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. 2nd and 5 from the 8. A run with Vaughn out of the gun. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. This now a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, it's Vaughn. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Aubrey now for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Cowboys 52, Eagles 7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. It's from start to finish. They give him 4 yards. On the end around, here comes Smith. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense could very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Well, Prescott here to throw. He'll buy some time right. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Throwing here, Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Evans. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for two. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they